starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way. And I'll keep waiting until we find that day. Yeah, I bet I'll keep saying, I'll keep playing. Oh, until you meet us one day. Hey. Time to stop the hate. Stop the hate. Let's stop the hate, hey, yeah. It might be late, but let's stop the hate.
What is going on, fam and friends? Day 910 in a row. We're on our way. Just 90 shows, 90 days away from the big 1,000. So subscribe, ding the bell. I'll see you in a minute. It's Renaissance Man.
When the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way. And I'll keep waiting until we find that day. Yeah, I bet I'll keep saying, I'll keep playing. Oh, until you meet us one day. Hey. Time to stop the hate. Stop the hate. Let's stop the hate, hey, yeah. It might be late,
stop the hate. It's Monday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man. Looking for another way to ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show. Mark Pires, Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 910 in a row of the Renaissance Man show. And we're going to get into it, just like we do every day, so subscribe and dingy the bell. Just remember, make sure you click that bell. Don't just be like, I subscribed. They're never going to let you know. Subscribe does not mean notify. They're like, oh, you subscribed because you wanted to subscribe? Yeah, well, we're never going to tell you about the show. You got to ding the bell or else we don't ever tell you. So subscribing doesn't do much unless you dingy the bell. So make sure you click over to the side and go all notificaciones. And then you will know when I'm live every day, which is usually 10 p.m., 10:30. How's everybody doing? I want to welcome Jim Loring, day 22 in a row. My brother's catching up to me. Paul, Bradley, Jacqueline, Jason Vickery in the house. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm so excited. I laid out the order of album 6. Just did this right before the show. I was ready to go at 10:15, and then Max needed to be walked. So while I was coming down here and waiting for this to start up, I'm going to just run through the listed songs, the names. So if you guys want to go and check this out on your free time and go check these out one by one before they're released, it will be out in 2 days, 2 to 3 days. It'll be released tonight. I'm going to put it into the system tonight. So the name of the album I'm going to go with is Halfway Home. I just feel like that makes sense. We're releasing 13 albums this year. This is number 6. So we are halfway. I'm just doing 2 albums in December. So this is what we have. The first song on the album, When Normal Returns. Maybe I should call the album When Normal Returns. The second, I'm probably not going to go Halfway Home. Now that I thought about that, it's stupid to go with like, oh, well, we're halfway to the... my plan is to put out an album every month for the rest of my life. What the hell? It's not just this year. So, here we go. Number 2, You Can Go Now. That's that crazy vocal improvisation that we did. Then the third song, Wicked Games. I cannot wait, guys. This album is fire. Your Smile is a Weapon, number 4. Number 5, Till the World Stops Spinning. Number 6, Don't Cross My Yard. Number 7, Summer Serenade. Number 8, Time Slips Away. 9, Into the Night. 10, Sunday Night, which I'm about to play for you right now. Time Slips Away. Wait a second. Did I do that twice? No. I did. So I have another song to grab. Okay, good. So I have one more track to find. Okay. Number 12, You Only Get One Moment. And the final song of the album is going to be Masked Up. Masked Up. Oh, man, it's going to be such a good album. I cannot wait. I'm going to be popping this thing on myself and driving around to it. I really am proud of every album I've put out so far this year, but this one I think is probably 13 hits in a row. Like, seriously? Every one of these, oh, we just missed the woo-hoo? Are you kidding me? How dare me miss the woo-hoo? We're going to have to play that over. We are officially a few days from album 6, but that is going to be such a sick album, guys. I cannot wait for you to have a chance to download it and support the show by getting a copy. Sage, my friend, good to see you. So I'm going to quickly play you guys this track. I just dropped it a little while ago, so if you did see it, hopefully you'll enjoy a second run through. I'm really pumped about this. This is the last song of the album. I'm glad I finished it up today because it gave me an opportunity to put it on the album. It's called Sunday Night. And man, all I have to say is this is a guitar player's song right here. You like guitar? This is your song. Hold on a minute. If you like guitar, this is the song for you. But it's also a really cool vocal tune, too. Like, something happened here. We did a crazy live looping on this one.
CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen.
Been doing a lot of really cool live looping songs lately, so vocal looping. Let me know what you think of this. Tiring, and the party's swinging, the dancing all night. Yeah, it's a school night for 1 or 2 more days. Somewhere the summer begins and you're swimming all day and playing with friends, forgetting about your priorities. Something to get with it. Sunday night. Get it all out on Sunday night. Oh, it's Sunday night. Oh, it's Sunday night. Oh, day 9 of 9 in a row. The Renaissance Man show, yeah. Getting down every night, you know, writing new songs the world has never heard before. Even me, I ain't never heard a thing that's coming out of my mouth. Yeah, it's coming out of my guitar, I know I'm letting it out. Yeah, I'm living in the moment right now, each and every day.
It's Sunday night, yeah, we're feeling alright, yeah, we're gonna get down all night, yeah. We're not gonna stop doing it, 'cause it's Sunday night. Scarface and the lady movie, yeah, the world is yours. It's Sunday night.
Sunday night. End of the week, starting it all over tomorrow. I hope you can get up and motivate yourself to do the best Sunday night. Oh yeah, Sunday night, yeah, we're feeling alright. We're getting down, getting out all night. Yeah, Sunday night, yeah, no, we're not gonna stop till the sun rises. Sunday night, feeling alright. Getting down, getting out. It's Sunday night. No, we're not gonna stop till the sun rises. Sunday night. We're gearing up to take on the world tomorrow. Yeah, it's Sunday night. So that's it. Album number 6. That song's on there. You know, I mean, seriously, if you think about the amount of cool songs that have been coming out, this is probably the strongest month. All the months have been really good. I mean, you had, I think, the third month we had Mandate This and like all these crazy songs. Like, there's a song, this one right here. We do this every night. Do you guys know how cool this song is? You got to go away. Do you know what that song's about? That song, Go Away Right Now. Somebody mentioned ghosts in the chat. So I wrote a song about ghosts. I wrote a ghost story in the moment. A song about ghosts, guys. And the song is one of my favorite songs. And we never listen to it, but we're going to listen to it. It's called Go Away Right Now. But you should get it. It's on iTunes. Support a brother. There are currently 65 songs just from this year on iTunes. If you purchase all of them, I know it's $65, but you'd be supporting an artist, somebody who's out here trying to deliver something that's never been done before. I don't think anybody's ever done an album a month for the rest of their life. But I'm doing that for you guys. And this song right here and every other song, the one you just heard, they happen right here in the moment. So I love when you guys are here with me to experience that. And I can tell you, Jason's been here for some. Anna's been here for almost all of them. And Anna, you tell us. Hold on. When I play this, for example, I'm pretty sure Anna was on when I wrote this. Jacqueline may have been on when I wrote this. When you guys hear a song that I wrote live while you were on, what goes through your emotional scale? Like, is there a positive feeling from that? Do you get a nostalgia effect? Is there any sort of deja vu type of thing where you remember something from when you heard it the first time? Like is there a reward to hearing these songs over after you were here when they were written in real time? I'm curious, because for me, every one of these songs is a piece of my heart, and when I listen to them, like it starts to fill up. Seriously, just like it all makes sense when I hear these songs. Ghost Story, check this out. I'm gonna rock out a guitar over this, by the way. Rain came falling down. I kept my space underground. No one calling now. I can be alone, yeah. I'm hiding all alone. Don't you come near me, yeah. Hide down under a tree, under the bed, back room now, and I'm hiding in the shed. Where did he go? I don't know. Gonna find a way. He's gonna find a way. Go away right now.
away. Don't you come near me. Open my eyes, I see the ghost of a man there. I wonder if I can sleep in my mind. Maybe I'm still sleeping. No, it's the real thing. Got a ghost standing in front of me. Yeah, and I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna hide inside. Gonna ride and get hide underneath the tree. Going where I can see everything coming after me. Go away right now. You gotta go away right now. You got to go away. Don't tell me there ain't nothing goes. Go away, I see you with my 2 eyes, and I can't wait to run away. Go away right now. Go away, go away, go away right now. Go away right now. Go away, go away, go away right now. Go away, go away, go away right now. Go away, go away right now. Go away, go away right now. Go away right now. Go away. Walk down the street. Everything haunt me. Think about the time I turned around to see them cold eyes, them dry eyes saying, wanna take my life. I don't wanna go back, no, gonna keep going, don't turn around now. She go away. And don't you come near me. Them gaunt eyes, that long lips and that dangling hair didn't scare me. I know it could be my imagination, but I'm not gonna take a chance. Gonna run, hide, get away. Only said I gotta go somewhere not inside of it. Hide under the tree, somewhere where I can see everything coming after me. Go away now. You got to go away. Go away now. Go away now. Holidays, you get away. No. again. I'm gonna run if I do. Go away right now. Go away. Go away right now. Go away. You said don't go away. Go away, sitting down. Go away now. 'Cause I don't wanna see you again. Go away right now. Go away. Go away right now, Late at night, when I gotta put my head down, I can hear every sound, and the creaking on the floor. Is that an opening for my closet? Is my imagination again playing? Is my mind is playing tricks on me? Oh, I can see that face in my mind, and I know that ghost is real. He's right here, I can feel it. He's in the room, I can feel it. I feel it back in my neck, my hair standing up. Gotta get out, gotta run, I gotta go, I gotta get out, gotta run, get away, run. Gotta go away right now. 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 Gotta go away right now. Go away right now. Go away right now. Go away right now. You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go away. You gotta go away. Go away right now. You gotta go away. You go away right now.
So that song was written in the moment. I always have a reflection after I write a song. These are powerful moments for me, guys. When you channel something like that, you need some time to reflect. You know, I've had a few people ask me, "You look sad." No, I'm pensive. In that moment, I'm reflecting on the fact that I'm so centered. I'm reflecting on the fact that I just absorbed a moment in time. You know, nothing can stop you if you believe what you're doing has purpose. And if you show up and you believe that you're going to reach a new level, you will continue to reach new levels. I've got a weird philosophy I've told you guys before, but every day I show up trying to beat the freaking hell out of yesterday's show, no matter how good it is. And every show is great, so I have to come out here and somehow one-up it every day, but I come out here knowing I will. I don't come out here saying, well, hopefully it's a good show. I say yesterday's show was awesome, but tonight I'm going to freaking destroy that. But in my mind, in this small portion of my mind, I'm already saying to myself, yeah, but tomorrow I'm going to take a freaking sledgehammer to today. So you're propelling yourself forward constantly. And that's led us to 15 or 16 comedy shows, to new songs every day, an album a month. I want to say hi to Shiraten, my friend out there in Denmark. Very good to see you. Okay, so Shiraten asked me to play a song called Hey You. Now here's the thing. Shiraten, since you're new to the show, there's a little kind of detail you need to know about the show. First of all, I am the inventor of this right here. It's called the Beat Seat. It's the first drum for guitar players. And also, it's the first drum for all musicians, really. Let me see if I can get my background going. We're going to get a little campfire action going here. Whoa, or with a chicken. Ah! What are you doing, chicken?
No! Are you using Liberty Mutual's cover?
No, they're not. They're using a chicken in a freaking gym. Anyway, let's see if we can do this. So we're at a campfire, all right? And you asked me to play a song called Hey You, which I don't know. So this is how it works, my friend. Actually, I've written a song that's got a Pink Floyd feel if you want to hear it. I'm going to play that for you. Shiraten, check this out. First and foremost, I want to try something. And then we're going to play a song called Stand and Shout, which is on my album number 1, I think. And I've put out an album a month so far. My next album comes out tomorrow. I'm putting it out tonight. Okay, I already put the songs out. I'm going to play you the song I wrote that's got a vibe for sure. Pink Floyd. It's a Pink Floyd song. I wrote a Pink Floyd song. It's a song they would have written if I didn't write it. But I'm going to try one right now called Hey You. Figure out what I want to play. Something. Hold on. It was awesome, but now we have it on album. So now we have a spot open. Something. I cut something short on one and then I went long on the other, or whatever that means, because I don't speak music. I make my own music. I've never taken. It took 6 months of lessons. That was just to learn. Acoustic song. So I learned the Fur-Elise. That's the only thing I ever took guitar lessons for. I don't know my keys. I don't, like when I played with other musicians before I started doing my own thing here on the beat seat every day and writing songs without a band. They'd be like, "What key is this? Oh, this is cool. What key is it in?" I'm like, "I don't know. The key of the song you've never heard before. I've never heard before. I just wrote it. There's a B in there. I think I played a B. So is it in B?" They'd be like, "No, it wasn't in B." Yeah, you picked one of the chords that was in there. What was the other chord you played? I don't know. It started on the 7th fret. That's an E-ish, something with an E. But I just hear things and I go for it. That's really what Renaissance band's about, anyway. So, but what I do want to play for my friend Sheraton here is he's asking for, he or she, I think it's he. I think I could see sort of the photo. Sheraton, he. Jim, my brother, good to see you. Terry, good to see you. This is a song called Stand and Shout. I want to play it for Sheraton because Sheraton's new and wanted a Pink Floyd song. What I'm going to do in the background for you, my friend, is rock out on my invention, the beat seat, which I started to show you and didn't show you. It's the first drum you can play with your hands and feet, but it sounds like a drum kit, and you kick it while you play your guitar. This right here. Well, first I need to find it. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We may have a little time from our time traveler. Future Mark may be here tonight. I'm not sure. You have to see. Guys, let's see. This is called Stand and Shout. And I may not play the whole thing, but I want to play the first half at least. Because what happens is I actually... Really? It's not going to let me find it? Okay, let's see. Here we go. This, I even put a Pink Floyd looking like cover for this. Check this out, Sheraton. This is a cool song. This is on my first album of the year, I believe. And again, we're 6 deep as soon as I drop the album tomorrow. And I'm so excited about these 13 songs. 13 of the best songs of the year. Well, not really. There's so many great songs this year. I can't say 13 that are it. This is one. This is a moment here. All right, we're going to try to do some Pink Floyd. Something Pink Floyd-ish, okay?
Yeah,
This is
here
what
we
I'm
go.
feeling. I just don't know if it's going to work. Let's hear it. This is pretty Sheraton. Oh, yeah, that's got the feel.
There's a song coming in. Waiting waves come crashing down. Crashing down on me. That I stand up, push me back down. Yeah. You can keep it down. You can keep me down. stand and shout out if you see it wrong. There's people out there ready to give a helping hand. I think you can say, well, pray. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day.
How does that sound? We gotta listen back when it's done.
Stand
Totally got a vibe of Pink Floyd there, right? So that was for you, my friend. I hope that is enjoyable. Honestly, I got to bring the level back up because
Your purchase could be free when you use your credit.
that was very, very relaxing, which is awesome. But we need to bring the level up. We're here to lift each other up into the freaking sky. So remember, though, that song's on the first album. If you dig it, you can get that album, and the first 5 albums are out. My new one will be out tomorrow, the next day. And this one I'm about to play for you here is the very first song on the album. So we're talking about the 6th album of 2021, the 78 songs that will be out. There's 65 out now if you want to go and catch up on Spotify. Here we go. Check this out. Let me know what you think of this. This is the first song of the album. Oh, yeah. Check out that beat, see?
we're hanging out Saturday Night Live. Yeah. Weather changing, oh, the sun feels right, and people going all night out in the pool and swimming around, yeah. Everyone wants to find a place to hang out. You throw on the AC, you gotta get yourself cool, yeah. Yeah, just getting our groove on here on Saturday night. Yeah. And tomorrow we're looking at day 8 in a row. Who's gonna show? We're gonna flow all night. Yeah, like we've been doing since 31/01, 2018. We're going strong. I'm sure every night, yeah, and always here for you. Gonna break this chain, this curse of negativity going world round. We're going to get louder than the noise.
I'm so excited that that's my opening track to the album.
Do you
Time,
sometimes-
time. I almost started. Okay, so it was between that and Time to Rebel, but Time to Rebel, I decided to put it. Let me see where did I put Time to Rebel? Time to Rebel is in track, I want to say 5. Let me see. You Can Go Now is number 2, which is fire. Wicked Games. Oh my goodness. You guys want me to just keep playing the songs from the album right now? Because they're all ridiculous. Till the World Stops Spinning. Don't Cross My Yard. That just came out yesterday, 2 days ago. Summer Serenade. My goodness. Time Slips Away. Into the Night. That's what you just heard. Into the Night. No, you didn't hear the night. I'm sorry. You heard the Sunday night earlier. You heard Time Slips a Freaking Way. You only get one moment. Masked Up. That is our final track of the album. Holy freaking cow. It's going to be insane. But let me do something for you because we're in the Masked Up. Hold on. That is a minute. Hold on a minute. What are we doing? I could go for some time traveler stuff too. I'm just saying. But let me give you a little something that will just rip your head off. You'll be like, what the? Are you serious? We're doing that? I'll be like, yeah, that's what we're doing, dude. And it starts with a little something called, this is the one from yesterday that I'm so like pumped because I've never heard a song like this before. It's just weird. It's a weird song. I'll be the first to say it. Don't Cross My Yard. Trish just said it. I'm like, yeah, I gotta hear it. Don't Cross My Yard because it's freaking weird. Like, guys, this song, please click on it, give it a like, give it a share. This is a bold tune right here. Never anything like this that I know of. I think all these songs are definitely unique, but this one right here, I was like, man, it's like, this is like the Danger in Peru song. Yeah, check this vibe. What? You cross my yard, yeah. I'm going to chase you. Tinted glass, driving down the underpass. You're trying to find a way to make it last. You can't get there from one tank of gas. You gotta go before you lose your place, and then you're outside all night with nowhere to go. Oh, are you coming? Yeah, you see you in my yard, trying to get away. The spotlight gets your breath about. You run, you're running across my yard, yeah. Trying to get away. We call the spotlight to chase you. Oh, you gotta go. You run across my yard. Gotta get my gun. Gotta make you chase run away. Gotta get you home. You can't come near my family, no. That's why I got my Smith & Wesson. You said you broke me, trying to overgrow the yard. He said he's gonna chase you away before the spotlight comes and chase you away, chase you running across my yard, running across my, trying to get away before the spotlight comes, chase you away, running across my yard, trying to get away. Across my don't want no more craziness in my world. No, moving out. Taking into the mountainside, gonna be alone. I'll pitch that tent, I'm gonna sit under the moon, and I'm going, enjoying my life.
Trying to get away, trying to get away.
my. So, running across my yard, yeah. You better not be running across my friggin' yard. And that's like a metaphor. You know what I mean? Don't cross someone. You don't run across someone's yard. Seriously? You may get an elbow in the fotch. If you don't, if you're not careful, there's an elbow in the fotch. And if you have a face the size of Ben Affleck's, it's going to be really easy to hit. Oklahoma, Nebraska, wherever. I'm just getting a piece of your face. Just be prepared. Not many out there have had that big. Pluto. That's it. Just Affleck and Pluto. I think you guys know, right? He's cataloged as Pluto now. They changed the name of Pluto to Affleck, and vice versa. If you go in there, go check it out. Just Google search it. Is Pluto now called Ben Affleck? I win. Well, it's just what you get. You get a Ben Affleck head. Circumnavigate. I was saying earlier, I don't know if you caught this, but I'm glad that he spends his time in Los Angeles. We've had so many weather events. Seriously. Like too many weather events. And the idea that he could just take a trip to like Australia to do a flick, right? And then, boo, poles shift. Yeah. We don't need the poles to shift. Affleck creates the momentum for a shifting of the poles. It's gravitational pull. Guys, you have to understand. When something as large as Affleck starts moving around the planet, all bets are off. Like, seriously, all bets are off. I don't even know what to say. Nothing else I could say. So I'm questioning whether or not you guys could use a little time traveler. You guys want to see the time traveler? I feel like we need to see a little something from Senior Time Traveler. Because we have not... First of all, I have to edit. I'm still editing the longest one in history from the other day. It was 1 hour and 12 minutes, guys. I have to edit it down. But, I mean, seriously, we could make a movie of Back to the Future, Mark. We really can. Same thing. I don't have a favorite for these. These are just all very funny. I'm not even sure if this one's as funny as the others. I don't know. We're going to play it, though. Check it out.
Gold's been around 5,000 years. Bitcoin's been around, only a few years.
Okay. Thanks for the Bitcoin comment, buddy.
But look, Future Mark is here to give you the inside information. Telefriffrin, did you just change my background on me? Let's see if I can boost this up without going into the... If it sounds echoey at all, let me know so I can fix this friggin' thing, okay, over there? Hold on now a minute. I'm going to try to bring this up higher so it doesn't... Maybe it doesn't echo as much as if it gets closer to my fotcheroo. Hold on a minute. Oops. I just don't want to see you. Like, I don't want to see this, like, thing over there, I mean, like, what is going on over there, right? Hold on a second. Technical difficulties. Give me a moment there, things. That works. That works-ish. Hold on a minute. I can't do it like that. It's pushing off to the side. Sandra, you're going to have me do the lavalier myself? No, Telefriffrin, don't cover for her. She's terrible. She sees me here, like, fuddling around, trying to find... the right connection for the lav. And she's going to sit there and be like, working on my nails. Your nails look fine, okay? I know you went already to the Asian spa right before showtime. You're going to do that right before showtime, and then when I'm about to do the most important part, which is to say, it's Back to the Future, Mark, you're going to sit there and go, did they give you one of those, like, little files? So you could be like, and call your husband? I know you like to call your husband and check on him. How's he doing? You weren't calling. What were you doing then? You were playing Tetris? That game's so... Why would you be playing Tetris? I was there when that was invented. Sandra, I took a time machine back. Went a little too far. It was like the Bruce Lee thing. I'm back all of a sudden. I'm in the room with Yamaguchi Shikugi as he created Tetris. I'm sitting there and I said, move the block down and then slide it over right at the very end to create a full level
and let those blocks fall down a little bit, because you can't go too high. If you go too high and you hit the top, Sandra, I think you know what happens. That's right, game over. Anyway, look, it's almost game over for you, because I think you are Bush League sitting over there on the sideline, like, let me do my nails. Again, like, nobody is up close enough looking at your nails like that but you. Don't you think it's a little weird that you're going like this? Nobody's doing that to you. No. Yeah. What? You tell me when the last time that happened. You're full of it. Nobody does that. I've never walked up to a person in my life and be like, excuse me, when I shake your hand, can I take your hand and look at it and go like this? I love your cuticle to nail polish ratio. That was a good ratio you picked. Did you get that one on Pinterest? How did you find that? Again, I was there when the creation of Pinterest took place. Kind of was doing a skipperoo around the timelines, and you know, I can't go into the future, only into the past. Classification, stage 2. I don't have the ability to go higher into the stage 3, stage 4, which is into the future, and see when we go into the sector 9 is what they call it. That's when basically the last 7 people go and create their own civilizations within the civilization, and then there's 0 people left except for the clones. And it's a clone war situation. So we're going to get into that one. But look, I want to try to get to some questions here, and I apologize because I'm dealing with a Sandra situation. And if you guys know anything about Sandra, she's just freaking stinking terrible. I'm sitting here trying to fix my collar so I could do my future cast. And she's gonna sit there like that with her cute. No. Okay, do me a favor. If you can't beat the next level, let me know. I'm coming over. I'm pretty darn good at Tetris. Again, I was there with the creator. So just let me know, okay? What level are you on? You're only 13? Are you kidding me? You can't beat level 13 Tetris? That's ridiculous. That level is so simple. I do it with one arm and with one eye over there while the other one's... I'm looking over at Julie when I go back to the campfire. And I got one eye on Tetris. And I'm just bringing over the blocks. Telefriffrin! You changed my background! I'm right in the middle of the future cast. I was about to share the most exciting detail of all, Telefriffrin, and you freaking changed the background on me? Where's McGreedyson when you need him? I thought you guys were double teaming the Future Mark, the Back to the Future Mark series. You're not going to double team? Where's our number 2? Oh, he's going number 2. I didn't know. I thought that he was just skipping out on us today. So he's just in the bathroom right now? That's fine. Telefriffrin, don't change the scene. I'm in a moment. When I'm in a moment, you don't cut me out of that moment. You don't change the scene. All of a sudden, I forget the future cast moment that I was on. I was right in the process of giving them some gold again. I was about to share the story about the time that China goes to... We're not gonna get into that one though now, because you made me feel really negative about getting into that topic. Nobody wants to talk about the next World War. No. Nobody wants to hear about it after you act like that. When's McGreedyson getting out? Oh, what did he eat? Oh, that's disgusting. Look, I don't want to hear any more. All right, just do me a favor. Tell me when we're live. No, Susan, you keep doing your nails. I'm fine now. You see, I fixed the... it's a little weird. I can see it. I don't want to see it. So, I mean, you should be doing your job right now. Where are you in this situation? Can't believe this. I'm here. I'm getting paid SAG minimums to come out here and tell my story. You want me to tell a story of the future, and you're going to sit there and do the... and you're going to go over there and tell me McGreedyson's in the bathroom doing a number 2? I was asking where our number 2 is. The second director. You tell me he's doing a number 2, he's in the bathroom doing a number 2. I don't figure it out until later. Like, I'm in the middle of a scene and the backdrop all of a sudden switches. Like, how can you be so terrible as a director? Ed Wood. What, are you going for the 8th consecutive year Ed Wood Award winner? Like, or is it 9th? I forget. I forget how many years in a row you've won the Ed Wood Award. I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot. I think you have the most in history. You're like the Christopher Walken of Saturday Night Live with the Ed Wood Award. The most in history. Yeah. Anyway, let's see if we can get to some questions here and try to lighten up the load, because Telefriffin, you're taking me out of the mood. And Susan, I don't even want to talk to you with your dumb nails. What? They're fake nails? You added the add-on nails? You just put them on with stick-ons? They're stick-on nails? And you're doing one of these? Like, I gotta make sure they're perfect. They freaking came from a factory. Are you kidding me? Oh my, I think the pinky one is a little, you're the one who's a little, you're sitting there in the middle of production. And you're gonna do that? Bush League. That's all I can say. This entire thing. This production off a mountaintop. Look, I may just go back in my time machine and get the hell out of here. I don't have time for this type of incompetence. Randy Telefriffin. No, he's real. Don't worry about it. He's really like, you ever seen the movie Full Metal Jacket? Yeah, it's a great movie. Oh, he's as good as that director. Really? He's that good? He's the director of Full Metal Jacket? Telefriffin. I got Telefriffin. I'm there. I'm trying to do a scene. Susan won't help me with my microphone. Telefriffin's being a Telefriffin. He's there, he's just looking past me. Telefriffin. I'm the talent sitting in front of you trying to tell my story about the past. And you're looking right through me like there's a beautiful woman behind me. Is there a beautiful woman? What are we doing? I don't understand. Oh, but watch, we're going to change the scene right while he's in the middle of a future cast. Susan, don't laugh. Unbelievable. You can't help me with the lavalier mic. You can sit there and laugh while you look at your nails. Why did you pick the multiple nail color combination? What's the deal with that? You couldn't order stick-on nails that were all the same color? You had to go with the crayons selection? Oh, yellow, green, blue, red, orange. What? What is that? Are you 6? You can't do your job. You're sitting there looking at your crayon nails. Husbands, you don't call your husband, you're playing Tetris. I rest my case. Anyway, look, Telefriffin, just don't change the scene again. And let's get into some questions here. This is Back to the Future, Mark. Episode 6, and we're about to get into it. Tonight, this is another Q&A, and I just want to say one thing to you. If you're here today, you've done something right. And that's Future Mark's quote to you every time we're live, so don't forget that. But anyway, let's see what kind of questions we have tonight. Anybody there with any questions? Look, I'm going to start from the bottom, so I need you guys to say your questions right now, because when Future Mark gets out of the time machine, through the black hole, time machined, out of here, into the forests of Endor, which is really a place, you got to give respect and allow him to speak his piece and tell you the future. Look, not a 8-ball future, like I've been there, lived there, and I'm back to tell you about it. That type of future. Anyway, let's see what kind of questions we have here, if there are any. Any questions that have come through from the Renaissance family chat. I'm here, thank goodness, that I am here tonight, and I'm able to answer these questions for you without a, let's just say it, a bodyguard. Yeah, like I guess someone could try to take me out. I'm here trying to tell you the future. You can't tell us the future. Future, no one's allowed to tell you. You can change the future. You can't change the future. You didn't go over that last time. You guys knew about Terminator. You still did it. Dummies. Oh, yeah, let's see if we can actually turn it around. We could control the AI. Didn't you see Terminator 1 through 57? They all say the same story. Man dies. Terminator. Oh, yeah, thanks for making me into a machine. Machine kills man. Oh, I got an idea. AI's really cool. What is wrong with you? I'm in 2769. Only people left are me and 6 other people. Everybody else died from friggin' Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then no, I'm safe. Nope. But look, that's what happened. You can't fault people for thinking, the government tells me the truth. It happens all the time. Anyway, let's see what questions we have. Oh, yeah, so Juniper Berry says, does the president currently in office actually make guns illegal? And the simple answer is no, he tries to. He forgets what he's saying halfway to the water fountain, and he poops his pants. Into a double diaper, though, so don't worry about it. He's safe from the spillover. Wait, hold on a second. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. It was a triple diaper. And when you got a triple diaper situation going on, you got to really have a bad accident in order for it to become an issue for those around you. So he was okay. Bottom line, though, he forgot about it on the way. And so, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. Juniper, it was a triple diaper situation. Here's a question from Moment of Truth. I got to tell you, Moment of Truth had some amazing questions yesterday for the 5th episode of Back to the Future, Mark. So let's get to Moment of Truth's first question of the evening. Hey, Future Mark, is Bigfoot real? Abso-friggin-lulu. You didn't see Chewbacca? Let me explain something to you. Chewbacca was designed off of a future version of Bigfoot. Bigfoot winds up being the governor of Colorado. It's a small town in Colorado Springs outside. Yeah, Bigfoot becomes the governor. And that's what they get respect after that. And we realize that they can talk. And they're not as smart as you and me, but they're pretty darn smart. They can knock down walls. There's a guy named Sonny the Fists that can take down a pyramid. There's a couple Bigfoot that have been known to take down pyramids, okay? They don't have fists as big as that guy, but they're still pretty ferocious, yeah. But it's a simple answer, yes. Absolutely, there are Bigfoot. There are a couple humans that are eaten by Bigfoot, but not really. Look, they get along. That was just a situation where the human was being a jerk, and he was like, hey, stupid Bigfoot, I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you. Bigfoot was like, pop. It's just like a simple back. Look, these things. Telefriffrin! I'm here in the middle of a future cast. I'm telling them all about Chewbacca. You're going to change the background on me here? I'm stuck in here in the middle of the forest? I don't like this scene, Telefriffrin. You put me at the worst scenes. You put me in places with a blurry background. You're terrible, Telefriffrin. Telefriffrin, I'm telling you what. Ed Wood would be proud. Ed Wood would be so proud of you. He'd be like, yeah, we got the greatest director in the world. No, the worst. But Ed Wood thinks everything that's the worst is good. So he'd be like, you're the best. Terrible, terrible Telefriffrin. Look, I just want to explain one thing to you, Telefriffrin. I'm getting rid of you. As soon as McLearison's back, you are sitting in the background and taking number 2 from him. Is he still in the bathroom? What is this? I can't work under these conditions. Telefriffrin, if you change the background again, I'm throwing something at you. Or I'm calling over to Adam and I'm going to ask him for another director, I guess, maybe, because you can't do the job. Sorry I gotta be that way, but terrible Telefriffrin. Anyway, let's see if there's any other questions here. Oh, Jason Vickery has a great question for us. The question is, Future Mark, what is the main method of transportation in 2769? Well, actually, it's interesting you asked that question. There's a new design module that's kind of released in the 2300s where you're allowed to use your own gases, essentially, when you toot-a-looter, and create a vacuum seal situation. And it allows you to exhaust yourself into the air, anti-gravity suit, you're flipperooing it, you get there, you get your groceries and go home. You just have to make sure you eat nachos whenever you need to do that. You got to fill that tank, okay? But that's the main, mode of transportation. We also have like Teslas. Everybody's got a Tesla. And the thing is they're all like, you have a personal driver. Morgan Freeman's your driver, and it's driving Miss Daisy. And the crazy thing, I don't know why they cloned Morgan Freeman and they made him every freaking taxi driver, but you walk in, he's like, where can I take you to? And you're like, I don't know, Morgan Freeman. And he's like, how about to the store? I don't even know how he sounds, but so you go to the store, Morgan Freeman drops you off. That's what you got. And whenever you're going to a show, it's Morgan Freeman. What show would you like to see? I got to go and listen to Morgan freaking Freeman. But that's what happens. Morgan Freeman, he's the driver. And you're like, oh, thank you, Morgan. They did that with a few people. It was kind of weird. The other thing I wanted to share, this is off topic. I'm not sure if this comes up tonight, but someone asked me the other day, are there any other people from the past in your future? And the simple answer is, yeah. You know one of them. He's a friggin' billionaire here. Elon Musk. Yeah. He's from the future, guys. I don't know if you know this. And it's a crazy thing because he is one of those people who had his classification, the second level classification before me. I was class 2 after him. He's class 4 now. He can go into the future. Like Elon Musk has been to the year 17,342. You should ask him about it. Be like, Elon, what happens in the year 17,342? He'll be like, I don't know. I can't tell you. He won't tell you. He's got it down. He keeps that stone cold face. But that's what happens. Elon Musk, he comes, he goes back and forth. Why do you think he has all that information? Oh, I'm putting a Hyperloop. But today you don't think that he really has all those ideas, do you? Like, what? No, it's like, coming from the future, coming back and taking all the good ideas and he brings them back and pretends they're his. Yeah. It happens. That's what happens. Telefriffrin! At least you put me with a waterfall in the background, but gosh, all freaking mighty. I was about to break off a tangent and tell them a little personal story. In a way, you saved me. You saved me, Telefriffrin. Because sometimes they say a time traveler should never expose their soul. No. You should never share too much with the world around you, because once they get into your heart, they can get into your soul. And once they're into your soul, good luck, buddy. Anyway, what's that, Susan? No, I know I'm okay, Susan. Now she's like, so Telefriffin, let me get this straight. We're trying to set up the scene, right? And she's like, now I'm in the middle of the show. I'm in the middle of a bit, right? I'm right in the middle. You changed the scene, so I'm about to yell at you, and that's okay, because you did something wrong. She thinks she could ask me, oh, can I do something for you, future Mark? Excuse me, I needed you before, doing the freaking lavalier mic. Instead, you're over there with your color-coded nails. What did you pick the orange one for? Is that for when you eat nachos? You want to make sure you just don't have nacho sauce in your fingers, so your nail is an orange nail? The green, what's that one for? You picker noser? Like, what are we doing over here? I don't know why you went with the Crayola crayon section. Oh, they're like, oh, look, we can give you ones with little diamonds on your nails. Oh, we could do ones that have little flowers on it. Or we can do ones that look like Crayola crayons. That's you, Crayola crayon lady. Unbelievable. Did you call your husband yet? Of course not. Tetris, what level are you on? You're still on level 13? What is going on in the situation here? I don't understand how you could be so terrible at Tetris. You got terrible Telefriffin and terrible at Tetris. That's what's going on right now. Here's a good one. Juniper Berries came up with another. It said, Future Mark, what happens when the government releases the UFO info in a few days? Oh, the world goes friggin' crazy. Yeah, we thought everybody would be cool with it because they have TikTok and they've got YouTube and they've got Facebook, but they all thought it was fake the whole time. They thought that kids were just playing pranks. Now they found out the truth. Everybody went nuts. Jeffro over there, Jeffro went crazy because he barely tunes in. He's usually working in the field. He doesn't really tune in, so when he did, he was getting all this. He's like, oh, that's not a real UFO. And he thought it was fake. He never saw one when he was working in the field with his pitchfork. So no, Jeffro didn't believe it. And all of a sudden, he's listening in, and they're like, yeah, the UFOs are real. He's like, what's going on over there? And all of a sudden, Jeffro freaked out. Yeah. He dropped his pitchfork, ran down to the end of the driveway, said, Louise! Louise comes running down around the corner. She was at her friend Becky's house. She's like, what's wrong? She's like,
You're not going to believe UFOs is real. They're like, what? She's like, yeah, this is crazy. Gotta go inside and grab our luggage. They get their luggage. They go down underground storage, like, you know what I mean? Like, I made myself an underground bunker. They're down there. They lock it for 37 years. They pulled a Christopher Walken from the Time Machine movie with Brendan Fraser back in the day. Back in whatever the heck it was. And that's where they are. They come out in 2047. Look, they had enough food, which was good. They were down there. They got to that first. There was an area where you're able to break the seal. Besides that, it was a little creepy though. It's just like the Blast from the Past movie. Got it. When he dances with his mother, he learns about, the female and tele-freaking-friffrin. What are we doing? I got a tele-friffrin doing that every time. I'm right in the role. I'm right in the middle of giving you something that I know you need. A piece of the future. And tele-friffrin. He's just existing, I guess, at this point. You know what, tele-friffrin? How freaking long of a number 2 is McGreedyson gonna take? Are you sure he's still here, or is he just playing hooky today? He's getting paid, and he's in the toilet right now? What is going on? I don't understand why you would allow him to get away with that. You're allowing me to beat the hell out of you. You're terrible, that's why, but you can't go and say, go check on him? Why don't you do this? You just changed the scene horribly again. Why don't you go and walk over and check on McGreedyson? See how he's doing, okay? I don't want to look at you right now. I'm kind of frustrated with the fact that you keep changing my background. Anyway, so let's see what other questions we have here while he checks out McGreedyson, who's obviously having some stomach issues tonight. Look, I don't want to blame him for that. Shouldn't have ate. I don't even want to tell you what he ate. Anyway, let's see what's next. I gotta grab my coffee. This is a special brew. This is a 2769 brew right here. Sorry. You see, when you have a future brew of coffee, you can't share it because it could change the timeline continuum. And that's just what we have to make sure. There's a fine line. We can't change the future, but if you have a coffee from the future, kind of snap all existence as we know it. It's really, really weird. Anyway, this is an interesting question. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of it. Could a person here in this time actually be from the future and not know it? The only way that would work is if they had been knocked in the head the moment they got out of the time machine. Say, for example, Bruce Lee kicked him in the friggin' head. He kicked me in the chest, so I remembered it afterwards. But if you get... Friggin' tele-friffin! Now I'm here and... where am I? I'm in the trees? Thank you. That's my favorite one. I want to look at the satellite that was originally designed by Wayne Doppler. Tallest man alive, tallest man in history, actually. He wound up growing. You guys didn't know this because he was still growing. Wayne Doppler grows to be 18'7". Yep. Tallest man in history ever. Nobody's ever even come close to 18'7". But yeah, he went and doubled in size. Think about that. He was 8'9". All of a sudden 18'7". He's basically doubled plus a foot. Yeah. Dops. When you saw Doppler stand up, he was getting the rain at the end of his life like a good 3/8 of a second before everybody else. Yeah. He was the creator and patent holder of the Doppler 5001 through the Doppler 5964. And look, when you're someone as smart as Wayne Doppler, tallest man in history, Guinness Book, and also the inventor and creator of the Doppler 5001 through 5967, you get a pass. Yeah. So right now you actually may be able to see Doppler back. They built him into the ground when he passed. I'm not sure if you could see it. Right back there. He's there. Wayne Doppler. They built a shrine, and he's kind of encased in it. That's another way they figure out how to encase individuals in different types of statues in the future. And then you can live your existence as a statue. People pay respect to you as they go by. There's another guy who did that, Dick Facce. His name, I don't know if you guys know who he is, but his name is Dick Facce, and he was always looking for respect. Yeah, he gets it now. Like, people come and
They drive from all over the country. They fly in from all over the world to pay respect to Facce. But they do it, and it's kind of something that they know they need to do, because if they don't, then their soul is damned. Look, we want people to get to heaven. We're not trying to keep people out of heaven. We want them to get into heaven. So when you pay respect to Dick Facce, that is kind of part and parcel of what happens as you become a candidate for first introduction. You're inducted first round, essentially, into heaven. You go up there, you're like, hey, St. Peter, how you doing? And they're like, oh, hey, what's going on, Chris? You're doing great. Oh, that's good. Did you pay respect to Dick Facce? Yes, I did. Oh, good. You are inducted on the first round. How about that? Oh, yeah, I can't figure it out. Now you're in there, right? Inducted. Hall of Fame. You're there, inducted into heaven. Now you're being greedy about it. You're like, I want it. You can't. They kick you out. They're like, you can't be like that. You have to get rid of the human emotion, the negative stuff, and like going after people like that. Like, that's no good. They kick you out. So paying respect works to an extent, but if you're still a jerk, sorry. That's what happens. So what else can I answer for you? Is there any other questions before we wrap this puppy up? World Debt Now said, does Bill Gates become a great farmer? No, he doesn't do anything great his entire life. It winds up being that he's just mediocre. Yeah. In fact, what he was great at is being a thief, a liar, and a killer. Yeah, those are the three things that he was good at. Thief, liar, killer is an interesting thing, because everybody was like, yeah, he's so great. And even when you heard him speak, sometimes I'd be like, there's a little something off. I'm not sure what's going on if I trust that guy, you know? And he'd be like, well, Melinda, why don't we try to stop the population problem? Tell a friend, I'm doing a Bill Gates impression. I'm right in the middle doing my token Bill Gates impression. Future Mark is considered the greatest Bill Gates impersonator in the year 2769. And you can't let that happen before changing the background. I'm doing an impression, you're going to sit there and try to mess with it. I'll tell you what. Taking a freaking swig of my coffee from 2769. Look, if you have a future cough, you can't do anything like negative. You're doing like positive things. It's cute future cough. I got my future cough. I was going to get some extra future cough for the Sonny the Fist guy. Didn't happen. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can answer one or two more questions before we get through it. But I hope that answers yours, World Debt Now. Terrible human, terrible at everything he ever did, and his motives become clear in the year 2022. They're kind of on their way. I'm just telling you. You're going to see next year. Be like, well, what the hell happened? Here's a hint. Melinda! That's all I have to say. It's a hint. So Cheryl has an interesting point, and this could be somewhat theoretical, but creating different timelines. Look, if you go back, here's a good example. Here's a very good example. If you go and you have, say, a relationship with someone in the year 2021, and you go, you're like, oh, look, I got away with it. No, you didn't. It was what was meant to happen. You see that kid in the future. Hey, you're my kid. Yeah, I know. You can't hide that. It was intentional. Here's the thing that's really going to mess with your head. If you didn't do it, then you wouldn't have been following the timeline's true timeline. Yeah. So, not much I could say besides, like, boom, you know, like, oh, yeah. So anyway, look, I can't do any more of this. I just want to say one thing to you guys. I truly appreciate you. Remember, when you are from the future, you want to make sure that people are aware of the coming events, and you don't want to be like, oh, I didn't know this was coming in 2416. Like, you didn't want to be ready that this is coming in 2416? I gave you that information in 2021 so you could prepare. Yeah, that's the idea, is like, tell a friend, look, when you get the urge to discover the future, give me a call. Because right now you are not even discovering the camera. You're sitting there and just being like, stupid Susan's over there too with her dumb, I got yellow, green, blue, orange, and pink. You did a pink thumb? You did a pink thumb. And then you did Sesame Street colors and the rest? Like, woo! Look, that's on you. You're doing some crazy things. And I appreciate you. The fact that you're at least being honest about it. But like, I don't know. I almost feel bad in a way that you're walking around. You didn't. Do you know how to read? All right, so when they say color coded, when they say Sesame Street colors, when they say building blocks colors from when you were 5 years old, you didn't know that meant that each one was a different color? What color do you think they are? You think they're all blue? She's colorblind. So I'm making fun of the fact that you got all these different colored your nails. You're 46 years old and you're going, I got the Crayola crayons. And realistically, it's not your fault. Because you're colorblind. You think all of them are shades of blue. That would actually look pretty good. If you had all shades of blue, I'd be like, that is so cool, Susan. Forget about the lavalier mic. I'm fine. I'll do it myself. Give me an extra 30. You kick it over there and play Tetris and look at your stupid nails. But no. You didn't tell us that you're colorblind. You got to lead with that next time when you're wearing wacky, crazy nails like this. I'm just telling you. You know, people walk around and stare at you and you're like, oh no, look at my nails. They're like, oh, believe me, we are. So anyway, look, I appreciate you guys. Remember, this is a daily, maybe, I don't know, Q&A that we will be doing here. There's a good chance that we're going to be doing live call-ins as well with Future Mark. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and ding it bell, because this show is live every single friggin' day. And just, you know, make sure if you are looking for a laugh, you show up. But more importantly, if you're looking for insights into the future, make sure you email me at futuremark@protonmail.com. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. That's my old email. Make sure you send it to backtothefuturemark@gmail. And that is what we need to do. So listen, I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next Back to the Future Mark. Bye, Menon. It's sponsored by Menon. It's got to be at least a speed stick, you know, level product, right? I mean, like, if you're going to be a buy Menon product, you're at least on speed stick level. I'm just saying, right? I hope you got the cool breeze. Flip Flat, how are you, my friend? Baba Dobbs, good to see you, Baba Dobb. Bob Dobbs kicking it with us. Flip Flat kicking it with us. I have not looked much into the whole, like, flat Earth, you know, I mean, like, I see what I see from, you know, pictures from space, and that gives me a feeling like it's, you know, like at least we're living on a sphere. I just don't know if that's, you know, I know people have a perspective. I just haven't looked into it, to be honest. I would say that I do believe the bigger concern for me is that there are, I believe, creatures living in our Earth. And I believe that they take these submersible, you know, flying vehicles that we call UFOs or UAPs, whatever the hell they're calling them these days. USOs. And these unidentified submergible objects, or whatever they call them. These freaking things go through, there's like a cave somewhere. And probably lots of entries in. Our planet is 75 to 80% water. I'm pretty sure what's going to happen when they do fully disclose everything, or when we really find this out, which I hear may be very, very far in the future, but we are not the top of the food chain. Very far from it. There is a alien race that rules this planet. I had Ryushin Malone on here, and he shared a lot with us. He came on twice. I love my brother Ryushin. Ryushin discovered the Nazca lines and created the Orion lines. Basically, he believes that the planet's owned by the Orion Group, which is an evil group. But I think it may be owned by the people living inside our planet. And you know, there was videos in the 80s and 90s of calves being like ripped in their like mutilated, cow mutilations and stuff. So this has been going on for a long time. I think there's a treaty of some sort, very similar to like a Men in Black situation, you know, and they don't bother us, we don't bother them. But lately, what's going on here with our planet and the way we're treating each other, it's leading towards something massive. My fear is that it's going to be us against like left versus right in some sort of, you know, fight, civil war type of situation, country by country around the world. But it could very, very, very well be us as a human race against an alien race. That's not from out there, but from right underneath our feet. I know that sounds crazy, but I've been watching a lot of stuff. And I start thinking to myself, there's no reason why that couldn't be a possibility, that, you know, there's somewhat of a hollow situation somewhere in our planet. And they've channeled in or whatever, or there is actually a civilization living underneath us. I mean, that sounds nuts, right? But I don't know. That would make more sense. We're seeing UFOs everywhere. And sure, they could probably, you know, use wormholes, whatever. But I just, you know, I'm fascinated by all of that. I saw some crazy TikTok the other day where this guy put on it was like 533 hertz. And he has the music going, it's like, and it's like 533 hertz. That's kind of how it sounded. And all of a sudden, I see like this little white light, and then it gets bigger and bigger. And he opened up a freaking wormhole, and it was like more of a portal. And he goes up, he takes his camera for his phone, and he's going like this, and you could see like water, and you could see like beach in the background, and he's like up, and he said this is from some sort of vortex area in like San Diego. You guys may know what I'm talking about. Some of you are from California. You may be able to say, yeah, I know that place. It's a bunch of vortexes in the sky, apparently. And this guy opened up one of them from his bedroom. So I start thinking to myself, if this is possible, that you can use frequencies in order to open up portals all over the planet, and I can go from my basement into, you know, to California, or, you know, Australia right now. You know, just walk through a portal. We may be missing such a big part of our existence here. Portals, the ability to walk through these vortexes, get through into different parts of the world without using a plane, you know, accessing the world from our home. I start wondering how powerful we truly are, and if we were able to focus that power, would we be able to generate vortexes and be able to open up new portals to new locations on the planet? I always thought it would be amazing to see everything, even if it's just for a second. If I could open up a portal and just pop my head out. Oh, look, that's Everest. Oh, that's Kim Jong-un. Back, I'm out. There's no telling what we can do, but there's plenty of people telling us what we can't do. The question is, how much are you willing to reach for something that hasn't been thought of, or try to do something that has and see if you can do it? You know, and if it's a matter of, you know, proving some sort of theory about flat Earth or an Earth being round, whatever, you know, that's a task, and that is admirable to be able to prove one way or the other. I think it would be a lot nicer to think that we are just like contained. My bigger thing that I think you should all be blown away by is this new theory that I heard from this Project Blue Book video of an alien being interviewed 50 years ago. He said that there's going to be a nuclear war starting somewhere around our time. There would be a weak president in office that's going to allow like a nuclear war to start. I'm like, geez, I heard we bombed Iran today. Yeah, we didn't have any war during the last president that everybody hated so much. Now all of a sudden the sleep sofa brings us right into a war, just like Obama, just everybody does. Every president brings us to a war. They want unrest. They don't want peace. They want to destroy our world. They want to destroy our world, guys. I'm over it. I'm so sick of it. I love everybody. Why the freak are we out there? Why do we have governments out there creating problems and fighting on our behalf? My fear is that this comes to fruition. He said that we're going to have a world war. It's going to be basically nuclear, and that he's the future. He's like, look, this is what we look like in the future because you guys mess up the planet. You go nuclear. You screw up the planet. It starts here in America. It kills a couple million people, but the bigger thing is the radiation in the long term. This is the bigger thing, he said. They said, what about God? What about this? What about that? He said, we've evolved beyond superstition. They're like, what do you mean? And he says, gods or this, that, another thing. And he says, okay. Well, then what happens after you die? He goes, death is a human construct. He says, explain. He said, well, you, me, him, we're all separated by the thing you call death. We experience the same life, the same lives, and it blew my mind when he said that, and it also made perfect sense, and the freakiness of it made perfect sense. And the reality that you have different religions on this planet, some of them believe that every creature has a soul, everything. And I mean, likely if it's alive, it does. Now, here's the crazier thing. Every creature has a soul. Every living thing has a soul. Every human being has a soul. I've often said to you that we're one soul manifested 7.7 billion times. That's accurate, but it's not just, this is really going to mess your head up. It's not just humans. It's animals. It's worms, sharks, spiders, scorpions, maggots. If this is true, everything that's ever lived in the history of time, everything that'll ever live in the history of time, me and you are the same exact soul, remanifested over and over. And when we die, we come back as something. Do you elevate? I don't know. But you come back as something. But here's the crazy thing. We're all you. We're all me. We're all this freaking same soul. And we don't remember any of it. We don't remember any of the experiences we've had prior. And we live all of these lives. The life you're living right now, we just happen to be in the same timeline right now. But we're all the same freaking soul. That is a scary and weird thought all at once. That one soul just kind of is this. This is all just one singular soul. And we just come back over and over and experience it all as different things. When it's all over, we collect back into one thing and split back up into all of it again. Just one single soul. And like, you step back for a second, you think about that. That's the mind of one person split into everything. It's crazy. It's a crazy, crazy thought. And if that is true, and I know it is, then I love you. And you need to love me back because we are the same. We are one soul. And everything that tells you to hate me is a lie. It's made up by a narrative that understands that already. I believe that those evil creatures, whatever it is, the people that are trying to destroy the world we live in, they understand that we're all one soul. And they are trying to violate that and destroy it. I don't understand why. Because they're killing themselves. You hurt yourself when you put someone down. I saw a great video recently. Someone said they died for 28 minutes. And they said when you die, you live a 360-degree panorama. Everything you've ever lived in your life, everything you've ever experienced, every person you've ever met, and you live this entire experience from their eyes. You see how you were to them, everybody, how you interact with them. If you were funny, if you were nice, if you were mean, distracted, you see it all, and you get to just be an observer from the eyes of every person you've ever met in the history of time. I started thinking, holy freaking cow. The thing is, for us, time seems long, it seems short, it is short. But if the moment that your life comes to a close, time means nothing. It does. Like, you can't quantify. We have a clock. We have a clock here. But up there, when you stop this time and you go to a different location and you're in some other area, 20 years could go by in 10 minutes, what you feels like 10 minutes. Or 10 minutes could go by while you live, say, 74 years all over again from every other person's perspective. 10 minutes, 23 minutes, he woke up. He may have lived his entire, he was like 55, 60 years old, it looked like 55 years, experienced every single moment of his life from every person's perspective, from his parents, from his sisters, from his teachers, from his friends, from his girlfriends, from the people he wronged. You get to see what kind of person you are. It's funny, when I hear stuff like this, it reminds me of things I've said on this show for the last 910 days. You judge yourself at the end, I've always said. I always could never understand the idea that there's somebody out there who could hear every thought in your head and knows everything you're going to ever do. And all these things don't play. Those don't make sense for me. We are so unique. Nobody can know what's going on in your head. Nobody knows what's going on in my head. The reality is, you need to live your truest self. You need to reach out and help others, lift them up, and understand that you're lifting yourself up. When you lift somebody else up, you're lifting yourself up. I call it soulfillment. It's not a real word, but so are a lot of the things I've created on here. Soulfillment is the act of doing for others in order to fill your soul. It's a twofold. You get your immediate response when you help someone where you feel great. You know, that dopamine effect where all of a sudden you feel like elated. But then it progresses. You actually fill your soul. This is a barometer you can't visualize. You have no access to. You don't know how much you need to fill. You don't know where your line is. Everybody has a different line. For me, mine is I have to show up every day and do this. I have to show up every day and write songs. I have to show up every day and come up with a new piece of comedy. Come up here and say something. That's me filling my barometer. And everybody has to find theirs, because you'll find misery very quickly if you're selfish. In the way, look, we all should be focused on being the best versions of self and rising up to the occasion. But if you're not doing for others, if you're not out there helping others, you're going to find misery very quickly. That's the one thing I'm surprised. You know, like I know religion, schools, Catholic school, you know, one cheek, turn the cheek, all these weird things. Like, look, turning the cheek, you should never get to the point where someone hits you. You know, lead with your heart. If you do, there's no reason for anybody to hit you. They should be responding with heart. There's so much pain out there. So many people are just confused and scared. Not just because of what they fed upon us the last year, which is the CV, you know, but they shut down every small business. They push people in a grave. You know, there's so many crazy stories. You guys know DMX? He didn't die from a heart attack. He didn't die from a drug overdose. No. He took the V a week before. He took the V a week before, and he had a heart attack because of that. So it wasn't just like has a random heart attack at 50 years old and dies. No. He took the V. His family's speaking out right now because they said the media's out there saying it was an overdose. They said he didn't do that. He never did that type of stuff. So they said we should know. We don't have everybody in the media in our family. Everybody in the family knows what happened. He took the V a week ago. A week before he died, he took the V. So I make jokes here. I know a lot of people that have it, family members that have had taken it already. I pray that they're okay. I really pray, because it scares the hell out of me that this could lead to some long-term effects that they've forced us into not finding out about up front. Several medications were out last year or were spoken about. I had a doctor on for 4 episodes here, 16 hours. There's 16 hours of really compelling footage with Dr. Fleming here, and he's an extremely brilliant man. And he very much entertained us with his knowledge on the CV. His knowledge on, let's call it, HC Mazazazaq. You know what I'm saying? If I do that, I think I've skipped it around. The HC, all right, we'll call it that. And he basically said something interesting. He said, you know what's killing everybody is not the CV. It was the deep thrombosis that would occur because of the CV. And so he's like, you know what's interesting is that HC stuff. He's like, it's got some really amazing properties. It's been around for 70 years. If you go away and you're going to Africa, you're going to one of the countries that have malaria, you take that stuff, and it's effective. It's also given to people who are pregnant, so it's safe. If it's been around for 70 years, it's safe. The thing is, it's about $2 cents a pill. So there's no money to be made on that, first of all. The second thing about this that he had said that was interesting is that it's a thinner. It's a blood thinner. And if people were dying because the blood was thickening and creating clots, wouldn't you think a blood thinner would be the solution? And it's interesting to find out now with all these emails that came out that Dr. Facce's emails said that I'm taking the HC, my whole family. He had his whole family taking it. They were taking it prophylactically. He's telling the world that it's not something to take. It's not effective. It's not going to work. And so this guy's such a creep. He should be in jail. The only reason we have this or had ourselves put through all this the last year is because of Facce. Everybody's going to put him up on high. He's the one who funded the gain-of-function research in order for this to occur. If he never did that, we would never have had SARS 1 or 2. Everybody knows that, right? No, they don't. The media keeps saying he's a freaking man. He is the worst human. These people are devils in disguise. This guy's no different. There's a video resurfaced recently where he's like, brown hair. Like, this is 1990s, And they're like, you're incompetent. Everything you've done has been terrible. And this is whatever he did back then, he did something wrong. They're like reprimanding him. They said, don't you think it's time? You've been in charge of the NCIH, whatever, for 20 plus years. Don't you think it's about time you step aside and let somebody who can bring us forward into the future? And he goes, no, I don't think that's a very good idea at all. He's a creep. He doesn't want to lose his job. He's taken over, and everybody's just enamored. It baffles me. No gain of function research. We don't have it. The other day I saw a really, really interesting video of him. It made me want to just puke. I'm going to say that very lightly. He says, I can't figure it out anymore. He goes, if it came from a cave and it goes to a lab and it gets, he says it winds up escaping from the lab. It gets escaped. It escaped from the lab, guys. Just escaped on its own. Just like, there's a window. I'm CV-19. I'm also a robber, and I can find my way out of this freaking petri dish here. Regardless, okay, so he says these things. And he says, I can't figure out what the problem is. It still started in a cave. You freaking piece of garbage. Yeah, it did start in a cave. And you know what? If you left it in a freaking cave and human came across it in a cave, they wouldn't have gotten sick because it did not get humans sick. until you freaking Gainer researched it, you piece of garbage. So for him to say, I never understand it, if it started in a cave and then it went into a lab and then it fell out of a lab, it still started in a cave. Yeah, it was not infecting humans, you piece of crap. Bing! Why is this guy the number one, like, respected man in medicine when he says stupid stuff like this? It still started in a cave. You freaking bumbling idiot. Yeah, it started in a cave. How many people were infected with that cave bat virus? Oh, that's right. None until you gave $250 billion or whatever the freak it was to Wuhan Labs. You're like, hey, let's do some gain of function research, but I'm going to give it to this company to give it to you guys, so it doesn't look like I gave it to you. How creepy of a piece of garbage. Are you kidding me? He gives it to a shell company to pay and give to the freaking Fluhan people. And then you start having to question something. In 2017, he says that or it was maybe it's 16, whatever it was, 14. He said something about how the next administration is going to be surprised with a surprise. No, they're going to be surprised with a viral outbreak, pandemic. How did you know that? How did you know that? This has been planned out for 35 years. Whatever it was, 94, I think. I'm hearing a lot of stuff, so I don't know if any of this is true. You guys have to tell me if I'm right on any of this. But apparently they had a meeting in Cairo. When they went to Cairo, Dick Facce was not there. But what happened in Cairo is they made a plan. The plan was that they were going to reduce the population of the planet down to 800 million people. This is the whole Georgia, Texas, what is it? The Georgia Guidestones, I believe. So they're going to reduce the population. And the WHO is involved in this. So Jesse Ventura interviewed some lady in like 2009. She goes, it's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But at some point, they're going to force you. It's going to be under the guise of voluntary vaxxeroo. They're going to reduce the population of this planet. And the thing is, nobody understands. You need to understand the long-term effects of something. You don't put something in and then 3 years from now you developed, Lou Gehrig's disease or something like that because they did it to you. Now here's the other thing. This is a program. They've said that. This is the fabric of life. It's a program. They put literally like a program into your body. Who's to say that Bill Gates doesn't have like some special computer that he can log in there and be like, I'm going to give this person this, I'm going to give this person that. Just turns on some certain thing. Look, you got to take your chances on everything in life. I refuse to take chances on something that's an emergency use authorized medication. Okay, I don't care what the freak. And the biggest takeaway I have is this. The reason I was censored last year, the reason everybody was censored last year when they said the words HC, Mother Eskin Q, whatever, is because it worked. The other thing is Budessa poop. There's something called that, but it has a nide at the end. And also, what's the other word? There's another one that's like, it has something to do with horses and like deworming, okay? And I forgot what the name of that one is. But those three things work against this thing. The problem is, somebody tell me if this is true, but if they had any treatments at all for this thing, they would not have given them an emergency use authorization. Someone tell me if that's true. But I believe that's true. And if that's the case, Fauci lying to our faces, and then in the background with his wife and his kids, his family, and everybody sending emails to people saying, take this stuff. Piece of freaking garbage. They let 600,000 people die over politics because they needed to get Trumper out. Oh, is he going to kill people to get me out, really? That's he poison? Holy cow. What, Baladia? No, I don't. We're talking about it right now, Baladia. Don't go near the gold toilet. I told her not to go near the gold toilet. She knows. But the reality is, guys, we are about to face some of the craziest times in history. And it's all downhill from here. I don't want to say this to scare you. This is the positivity platform. But we are the freest and happiest we will ever be in our lives right now, today, tomorrow, and very, very soon. Before you can blink your eyes and open them again, it will all be over. To the point where we'll never experience the same thing we have right now. Ever in the history of time will we have this type of freedom and see these blue skies and get to experience a smile and see through the smog and see through all the fallout. We are led by weak people who want to destroy us, and nothing that we can do can stop them. I'm here for 910 days, and we cannot break through to get to enough people to let them know what's going on. I implore you, share the show. I don't get into politics, but I'm going to be speaking about this stuff. It's very important. We need to know as soon as the disclosure takes place specifically. We're going to be going over whatever comes up. I have not looked into what they disclosed the other day, but I'm certain that they didn't disclose what I wanted them to. They did not disclose, where they're from or anything like that. Is what I was told. I don't watch TV, so I get my information from different sources, and that's why it's hard to find out what's true and what's not. All I know is that I'm going to continue to lead with my intuition on everything in life. My intuition right now is telling me that this thing is bad news. When you see them getting on the air and they're telling you, you're messed up, what are you, selfish? Oh, I can't believe you. I went to go in for my yearly, so I guess now it's every 2 years, maybe a month ago. And my wife was like, just be ready. They're going to ask you, because she went in like a week before. They asked her, and she stood her ground. And he goes, so, are you going to get your V today? I said, are you kidding me? He looks at me sideways. I said, I won't ever be getting that. And he goes, really? And this is, guys, I swear on my life. He goes like this. I'm surprised to hear you say that. Literally, my jaw hit the ground. I go, you're surprised to hear me say that? And he goes, why? What reasons, do you have any reasons why? I said, yeah, it's an emergency use authorization. And I said, there's no long-term effects that have been recognized at all. And it's a 99+% chance that you survive if especially my age group, it's like 99.7, 99.8%. Yeah, I could be part of the 0.02%. I don't hope that happens. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't want to get this thing. That's true. I don't want to get it. But you can get this V and still get the thing. And you could still die from it. And this is the thing. When I had the doctor on here with me, he said, Mark, you know what? The same people that take the V are going to die if they get it. And the same people that don't get it are going to die. There's no difference. Okay? The thrombosis is what's killing people. The cytokine storm in the body is what is killing people. Now, I guess their theory is that the V stops you from getting the cytokine storm. So it stops you in its tracks. The thing I'm worried about is the long-term effects of a mRNA. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to take something like that has not been looked at and understood. I had a conversation with my wife. She's like, look, if 3-4 years go down the line and they've done all the research and everything looks good, maybe we'll take it. But right now, what we're seeing is this freaking thing's a nightmare. There's like 5,000, 6,000 people that they've told us about that have died already. It used to be a thing, every medication that's come out since like the 80s. If 5 people die, 5 guys, they have to put a warning label on the bottle that you could die. There's a risk that you will die. If you get over, I think it was like 65, they pull it off the market. It's done. And I know VAERS, VAERS is the one that, they display all of the vaccine injuries, but they're also well known for only reporting 1% of the actual reports. Think about that. If they say 5,000 or 6,000 people have died so far, that number could be as high as, who knows, 600,000? No, that's a crazy number. But you never know. Yes, Bob, I'm just finally looking over to this chat over here. Bob's right. The spike protein is what I'm hearing is the actual toxin. Like people are like, oh, well, let's put the toxin, let's put it inside a lipid shell, and then it's gonna. No, that freaking thing pops. It's like, oh, I put a bubble in the air and it blew away. As soon as like a piece of air or whatever, like you get a little bit of wind. Oh look, Papa, I put a bubbles in the air. And they all the wind. Oh, it touched a branch. Pop, pop. You think you're gonna put that in your arm? It's gonna stay in that lipid seal, whatever. Oh, it stayed in there. Good luck on that one. Then apparently you're spitting out pieces of the spike protein all over your body. So hold on, I'm taking the toxin into a lipid, and then after the lipid, it's spitting out pieces all of the toxin all over my body, and then it's like I'm shedding to people too, even to me, the guy who doesn't have it. Okay, thanks for coming out. I said too, this is the craziest thing. Imagine if they created something, a V that was so messed up that whether you got it or not, you still got it from the freaking people around you, just being around people that did have it. You didn't. You'd breathe in whatever they're letting out, and you all of a sudden have the same freaking thing. The other thing I'm concerned about is what if you ever have to go in, you're at a hospital and you need, to get, some sort of blood thing. You got to get a line of blood. Oh, we need 2 liters of whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what the blood talk is. But they say I need negative 9/6er. And I don't want somebody's... Oh, was that person part of the VA program? I say that because you can get away with it all day when I say that. Is that guy part of the VA program? Did he take the thing in his shoulder? Did he? No? He did? Yeah, no, I don't want that freaking blood. Thanks for coming out. I don't want that blood. There's got to be a non and a... I'm going with a non. A non-V. You got that? Did you break it up? You better have freaking broken it up. But the non-Vs and the Vs. If people have gotten Vs and they want to go over there and hang out with the Vs, good for them. I love you all. But when you give me that blood, you better be giving me the non-Vs. All right? You get an elbow in the fudge. Anyway, so guys, I'm just obviously concerned about a lot of things, but I want to say that you can't live your life in fear. Okay, what you have to do is understand that these things exist and get up every day and put a smile on your face to however it takes place. It's not easy to do that. We all have ups and downs. I don't know anybody in this world that lives up here. It's never been possible. We all have the roller coaster life. I know people even come here like, oh, this guy's so positive. Oh, he never is in a bad mood. Are you kidding me? I'm a human being. I got 3 young kids. I got a house. I got a wife. I got 3 young kids. I got a real estate business. I'm trying to make a living. I've never made a penny for this show except for the very kind donations that come from you guys. And I show up every day because the world needs this. Whether anybody shows up or not to enjoy what I do, I'm going to leave these messages, and I'll leave one every day for the rest of my life. It's been 910 days in a row of 2+ hours. And that's not going to stop. I'm pretty sure that's a Guinness World Record. I don't think anybody's ever done this long form for 910 days in a row. The other thing is we release an album a month. Right now we have 5. The next one's coming out tomorrow. I'm literally finishing it up and pushing, upload tonight. So you guys will have it tomorrow or the next day. And that's the first, I think, as well. Somebody's putting out an album a month for the rest of their days. But this year will be 13 albums. We're putting out number 6 tomorrow. But I don't know. I'm driven by something here. I don't know why. I mean, I've been showing up over and over, and they keep thinking I won't. I'm pretty sure whoever's been shadow banning me is like, he's just gonna quit one day. Just keep him down. Like one day he's just gonna be like, I'm sick of it. Nobody knows, oh, they hate my show. Oh, look, I still have the same amount of subscribers. And I'm just like, okay, I'm showing up anyway. It did hit me a little hard yesterday though, because Keith came and he'd been out for a little bit, and he came in and he's like, oh man, it breaks my heart. He's like, I thought I'd show up and like see triple digits for Mark. He's like, it's still the same small group. He's like, he's still here dropping song after song and new comedy after new comedy. It's still nobody knows he exists. And I'm like looking at him, watching, and I'm like, yeah, it's true. But you know what? I don't care. The content needs to breathe. And if you like the show, share the show. Tell somebody we're here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern. and pick up the album, or just pop on Spotify while you drive and listen to one of the 6 albums that are out currently. And I mean, the crazy thing is, I'm pretty sure I'm also creating the most content on the internet right now, as far as doing the live show, releasing all these new comedies, an album a month, but nobody knows it exists. It's kind of crazy. Because if they did, we could take over the world right now with positivity. We got the music to do it. We got the comedies to do it. We just need to figure out how to get them to find us, really. So, I appreciate you guys so much. It's an awesome show as usual. And again, tomorrow, I already know I'm going to come out here and take a sledgehammer to this show. Tomorrow's show will be insane. And it will. That's what we do here. Keep riding up that freaking mountain. You may take a step back every once in a while, but put your eye back at the top of that mountain. Nothing can stop you from getting to the top. Prove it. Show it. Don't listen to anybody. They don't know what you are. They don't know what you can do and what you will do. So show them. And I will tell you what, I 1,000,000% support you. And I know you can do it. So, until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Oh, the Infinite If, thank you so much for your donation. You are amazing. Very, very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Oh, Bob Dobbs, my friend. Bradley Smith, Brian Smith. Good to see you, Brian. Cheryl, Sid, Deanna, Flip Flat. Good to see you, Flip. Awesome that you're here. Paul, The Infinite If, Jacqueline, Trish Killian, V-Dubs in the house. I'm so sorry. I must have missed a bunch of chat here, guys. I really went into it there at the end. Flip, you got me going. Isn't that crazy? Sometimes I think about that. Like, the show would have been a couple more songs and a piece of comedy, but then Flip asked me the question about the flat Earth thing, which, like I said, I just have not looked into. But I'm fascinated by that. I will research that. If you have anything you want to show me, if you guys ever want to send me a message, if you want to say hello, my email address is mp@markpires.com. Or if you want to get silly, you can send it to my newest email address, which is backtothefuturemark@gmail. I freaking love Back to the Future, Mark. This is one of the funnier shows that we've come up with recently. Juniper, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I would love to spend all night with you, which we did. We're here 2 hours and 40 minutes. But we do have an album to release for you. So I will get to that. And I will see you tomorrow for day 9/11 in a row. 10 p.m. I'm getting... Oh, we may have episode 7 ready tomorrow. Maybe, if I have time to. Probably not. But the album will be ready for us to preview tomorrow night. So, until then, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance, man. I love you guys.